Welcome back to some more Pokemon Leaf Green Shiny Hunting. So we are carrying on from last week. Well, yeah, it was it was a Monday. Carrying on from Monday, looking for a Pidgey. After we finally got our... we finally got a Magikarp. Sorry, just checking things out. As you can tell, it is a low energy stream today, just because I'm boiling hot for one. It's sweating outside, sweltering outside, and I've just come back from the gym, maybe an hour ago. So I am absolutely drained. So there'll be like a low energy type stream. Just sit off the outset. Hopefully everything's up. I've got my fan on again. I didn't check last time to see if I haven't checked to see if you can actually hear the fan in the background, so it's on anyway again today. But yeah, it's boiling hot. Like walking up from the gym, I was dripping. I did manage to do a longer workout today, so that's one good thing. But yeah, was it stream Monday, did we? I think. Was it Monday we streamed last? I think we did, didn't we? Was that the that was when we got the Magikarp? I haven't touched this game since Monday, so we done no other resets, stuff like that. The only reason I jumped on now is because I kind of want to get a few resets done today. Well, a few encounters, just say, not resets. Only a few encounters today, so that we can build up. And I have managed to sort my audio out a little bit, so if I want to, I can listen to the game audio now. But for right now, I can't be bothered. I'm still gonna print a enclosed case for it, but yeah, should be okay. I say I could just buy like a is it Ox kit? Is it, no, it's not Ox kit. Is it? It was just an audio kit. I could have just bought one of them, male to female, and it would be fine. But since I already had this little thing in the house, I thought I'd try it. What it was is a it was male to male, and then cable. I cut one of the male ends off, and I screwed it, and then I screwed the wires into like a circuit, it's like a circuit board. It's an audio and VGA basically circuit board. This solder required is just one of them ones about the screws on it, and the screws like connect. But you know, it's not the best because there's no, you know, 3 wires, and the wires there are, they're what, yellow, white and blue. I didn't look extensively online, but I did like a quick search and I couldn't find why this audio cable was them colours. Like, I didn't know what the ground one was, I didn't know what one the left one was, I didn't know what the right one was. So I kind of just guessed, and I plugged it in, seen if it was working, and then if it wasn't, I'd switch the wires around. If it was, I'd keep the wire where it was. The only difference is the wires that I use, doesn't matter what order I do it in, it has no left or right like single audio. like audio, just play through both of them all the time. So I may just buy a new wire. I guess DIY one is right that I made, but I may just buy the wire and see how it works better. It's only £10. I found like I think it was like a U green one for £10, 100 centimeters. So I've used a few U green items before and they've worked decently well. So But it's sweating. Blood is sweating. Like right now, I'm kind of like cool down a little bit because I did come home. I got through the front door. I collapsed on the sofa. My sister, who's down, has a fan. I basically used her fan, and I was sitting on the sofa, passed out with a fan on me for about half hour. And then I finally got up and had a cold shower, which I feel much better now. But yeah, that's what I really needed, a nice cold shower. But I say that, I've had, it's weird, it's not weird, it's kind of annoying, because like with my skin, I'm really forced to have cold showers. I can't have anything like warm or hot, or it irritates my skin. So I'm always having cold showers. So like when it's, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm having my shower before bed, and I'm like, oh, really, I don't have to go for a freezing cold shower. But on days like this, when it's boiling hot, it's kind of like, when it's like, yeah, when it's boiling hot like this, you kind of, oh, okay. It's nice to have a nice cold shower. You like, the colder the better. Yeah, I typically go to have a shower around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then I probably go to bed at about 4ish, 3 to 4ish. But when I go to the gym, then I shower after the gym. It's a little smelly for the rest of the day. Smelly, smelly, smelly. Oh. Yeah, so been having cold showers for the last like year or so. I do sometimes cave and do, turn the shower up to boiling hot and have a nice warm shower, a nice hot shower, but it's like a nice little treat. But it always irritates my skin really badly. So I got bad skin. I got my skin like really bad then for the next like week or so. So it's like you can have warm showers. It's just be prepared. Your skin is gonna be really bad for the next week or so, or longer. So it's kind of not worth it. Like some days you just jump in the shower and you're like, yeah, I can't do this cold shower. I have something warm. Especially when you're ill. When you're ill and you have to have cold showers, you're like, no, turn it up. I'll do with aftermath later. Yeah, I haven't changed my team or anything since last played. Haven't healed Pidgey, so I'll probably go for another like 400 resets today. Probably. Well, to be fair, I'm talking now quite a bit, and the reason I was actually thinking I wasn't going to be talking much today. I kind of expected me to be, because I am drained. I thought I was just gonna, I'm drained by when I get some resets in, so I could just record offline and do it that way. But then I was like, well, if I'm gonna do that, I may as well just stream it, even if I'm not talking. So here we are. But then I've started talking and stopped really, so that's okay. Oh. It's surprising, like, the weather's, I guess, boiling hot, and the gym's actually busy. Normally, it's pretty quiet, the gym is. But when it's weather like this, you think people are outside, but for some reason in the gym. Oh. So like I said, we can get a Ratata, or we can get a Pidgey. That is our two Pokemon we can get in this area. We want the Pidgey, but like I said, I think we're gonna get a Rattata. Yeah, I've put cream on my head, like on my face, and stop it drying out and things like that. And because I'm sweating, like all the cream is just dripping down my face. Not nice. I'm trying to keep it away from my eyes. I probably missed a few. I always do that. I can't remember if that Rattata now you click the plus or not, so I'm just gonna leave it. I was surprised that I had a long gym session today. Normally when it's hot weather, I guess I'm sweating, I do a quick workout because like my skin just gets irritated. But today I managed to have a long one. Don't know why, don't know how, it's just, I was really motivated today. I even did the elliptical. So yeah, that's how motivated I was. Actually, I finished doing that today. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, I can go home, I can do the elliptical. I was like, do you know what? I'll do the elliptical for like 5 minutes. Normally that's like never me, it's more like, okay, if I can go home, I'm going home. Especially at the end of the workout. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, I don't think you can hear any sound, it was like sounds from outside. But so I've got my window open today. I haven't closed it. I closed my door. I don't hear people from my house, but I have a family. But I kind of left the window open. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but a lot of alarm, like sirens. It's only it's Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, Wednesday. I don't know, it feels like a Friday for some reason. It just feels like Friday. It feels like Friday. You said Friday. Like I said, all these right now, they're kind of they're kind of like bonuses, because this hunt was I was meant to start like, well, not even, I say it's meant to start next month, but this is next month's Pokemon I got looking for shiny. So we're kind of well, anything like any like encounter we do now, are kind of bonuses. But we'll see. Because technically, if you shiny hunt, you know, do 500. Really, if you do 500 resets a day for a full month, you're bound to get at least one shiny Pokemon. Now we're gonna cut that down to we do 3 days a week instead of 7 days, but still. We are kind of guaranteed to at least get one shiny. Well, not guaranteed, but you know, the odds are high that we're gonna get a shiny. The odds just... It's weird though, like when you play it, I got my TV that I'm watching, like I'm playing on. Then I have my OBS on one screen that I'm you know, recording the gameplay from, and then I got my live stream up then on my other screen. And you know, you got my TV that there's no delay at all. And then you got about 2 to 4 second delay then from my OBS. From my screen, like from the actual gameplay to my OBS, there's about 2 to 4 second delay. And then for the actual stream then, there's an actual... for my stream, there's an actual 1 encounter difference. So just watching all these different screens of different encounters, they got different on, like what? Yeah, stream's like technically, well, you know, roughly like 1 encounter behind. Normally it's like time the encounter pops up on the screen, I've already run from it. Bam. And I did try before, just playing through, I tried like watching TV and record at the same time, and you basically using my OBS as the screen, but after a while it kind of got annoying. Because I was pressing the buttons in real time, but there's also a delay from OBS. I use an old capture card, so there of course is going to be delay. I think the newer ones, it's not really much of a delay anymore. But I think I'm using a pretty old one. But it still works, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, so what was it? It's over 10 years old, I'd say. 15 years old, maybe? Maybe a bit older? Not sure. But it's still going strong, so why mess with it? The actual software is terrible for it now. I haven't updated or anything, but... No, I have updated it, yeah. That's a lie, I did update it when I updated everything on my computer. But, yeah, there's actual software for it now, that's terrible, but, it basically crashes every time you turn it on. Yeah, that's right, I used to have like run. I don't even know why I had it pinned to like my taskbar, and every time you sort of click on it by accident, it kind of just yeah. Every time you just click on it, it just crash, and it was like yeah, that's annoying. I had to reset my computer every time. Because of them crashes where it wouldn't open but wouldn't close it either. It would just like freeze on the screen. The same thing, I don't even know why I use it. Like, it was just one of the things for some reason I put it on my taskbar. Even though I never used it. That's like the software that is what came with the capture card. It's just nice to actually have to use it for the stream. It streams OBS captures for you. Oh yeah, it's captured for you. And I finally switched over from using, what's it called? It was like open something. It was like a very it's an open source editing software. It was okay. It was decent. It worked well enough, but what I found out much later is that it runs off your CPU, not your GPU. So yeah. Used to run off my CPU, so when I was rendering, it running off the CPU, and used to take forever. Like say if it was like a 3-hour something like so, I was like rendering something for 3 hours. It would literally take me maybe 3.5 hours to render it, which is not very good use of time because you couldn't do anything else from the computer because you know it was rendering. So you know, my computer is sluggish. It just things. So I finally went and downloaded the free version, of course, of DaVinci Resolve. And I've actually been enjoying using it so far. It's pretty, you know, there's a lot to it, and I've not even scratched the surface of what you can do with it. But you know, just cut in and things like that, doing little bits and pieces. It is easier than using other open source software, but like I said, it still needs. I haven't even scratched the surface of DaVinci Resolve. There's so much to it, and that's why I've only got the free version so far, because like I said, the free version doesn't load, and you know, the paid version has a bit more to it. But since I had even only doing the basics on the free version so far, there's no point me, you know, spending that money to buy the pro version. It was really good that they done that, you know. Good move. Allowed to have a free version that has quite a few features in it already. Yeah, it could have been total scum and just added like cut out half the features, or you know, have a watermark on the screen, something like that. It could have been really scummed than that, but no, they're actually pretty decent, and allowed you to do most features and use it for actually basic editing. No problem. Yeah, so I've only just started using that, like, about, was it last month or the month before? Yeah. Hasn't been that long. I've always like thought about maybe downloading it and using it. It's just the thought of actually doing it. I think, do I really want to have another piece of software on my computer that It's gonna slow it down. By the end, it's like, yeah, no, it's worth it. Because the main reason, I would say that I used that open source one, and yeah, he did his job. I was barely, it's pretty good what you could do with it, but I started having some problems with well, one, the rendering was taking forever. Like now, a 3-hour video can take anywhere to about half hour to an hour, depending on the settings to render instead. But yeah, on the open source one, it was it wasn't actually rendering some parts. They just let it. It was just a black screen. So like it's you rendered out a video, say like 2-3 hours long, and then you look back into it and you find all these black screens every now and again, and you're like, where's the actual video? Half the parts of the video is missing. That's what finally gave me like the thing to be like, yeah, we'll try DaVinci Resolve. But like I said, I probably would have used DaVinci much longer before, but for a long amount of time I actually thought DaVinci Resolve was just a paid program. I didn't know there's a free version of it. So I think I do have a lot of my programs I do use. They're all on the free sort of side, like Audacity for voice recording, things like that. I had that open source one for the video editing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like open something it was. I think I found it thanks to a Jazza video like years back. He was like, oh, free editing software. I think it was one of the ones he recommended at the time. Because I was using something else before, but I used to use something else, but I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Red something. I can't remember what it's actually called now. A few years ago, you could use something else, and we could find, but then one day you kind of just like it never said, it just said free version, and I was using it for like about a good few years, and then one day kind of just went, you need to create an account. So I created an account, and then it was like, yeah, so these are the options you have. Pay plan for like, there's like 3 different things you have to pay, and you're like, yeah, pay month. There's even, that's what it was. It would pay monthly for them, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't do that. So then I found like the open source one, so that's when I used that, and I've moved on to DaVinci Resolve. That's free, of course. I use a free version of DaVinci Resolve. OBS, free, of course. Fusion 360. I use the free version of that. Or is it just called Fusion now? I'm not so sure. But I use a free version of that. But I don't use that for any commercial or anything use. That Fusion is just for modeling my personal things for my 3D printer. So I'm learning CAD. Pretty hard, but I am enjoying. I am more of the person I find that I do like having precise measurements and being able to change them that well. It's just didn't realize how much I enjoyed, using CAD. And like for me, using CAD is kind of what's the word? It's just I can't think of what it is. Just instead of like being able to to model something and change dimensions, and having the exact dimensions you want just tickles little thing in me. So I'm kind of like, yeah, really enjoy doing CAD for a minute. Like I said, doing the basics of that. I'm using a free version, of course, for that. Then Blender, of course. I've been doing Blender for a few years now. I actually haven't touched it for about a year and a half, but yeah, I'll probably start using Blender again soon. I'll probably start using Blender again soon, do some streams of Blender. That's about a year and a half I haven't used it for, so get back into it. I think I was using Blender to do like more like model things for my print, like 3D printer, things like that. But I was in trouble because I wanted to print stuff, but with Blender it was kind of, the dimensions weren't right, so I was precisely measuring stuff and typing it into Blender, and then when it was printing out, it was printing out tiny. If you didn't know, Blender measurements are not actual real world measurements, even though they do say centimeters and millimeters or things like that. They're centimeters, but in Blender units, so it's weird, but yeah. Like some stuff skills okay, but most of the time it's kind of, it doesn't skill right, so that's kind of the reason I was doing it in CAD, starting in CAD then. But for like more the organic modeling, I do use Blender. And I got this, like my starting and back screen, I wrote Blender. I did a while back. I need to redo them probably. Might redo them, we'll see. They just look a bit plain, I find. They don't look more. I was trying to go for a more realistic type thing. Not realistic, but more can't really describe what I was going for, but yeah. There you go, Blender. I use GIMP. I've used GIMP now since I was in college. I have no idea why. I think I was like, yes, I was looking for a free alternative to Photoshop, because I liked editing photos and morphing photos like that. So I couldn't afford Photoshop, so I was looking for a free version, and I heard about GIMP, and I kind of just went for it and started using it, and I've been using it ever since. Yeah. Yeah, like a lot of my graphics and all that's just done in GIMP, just because used to it. Yeah, I used to do like a lot of like anime wallpapers, stuff like that, and just that's a while ago that was, but yeah. GIMP's just there if I want to like say some, like, do a quick edit or something. Then I do have Clip Studio Paint, of course, but that is the paid version, but not the annual version. So that's just that is just the one-time use. You buy it, and you buy like the old version. Controller. Controller fell. I can't remember if I oh well, whatever. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, just the Clip Studio Paint use like it's like a one-time use one that they basically they don't update it anymore. But you can buy that for one-time use. No subscription needed. That's what I use that. I use that. I do have another one as well, because I paid for. It was when it did like an offer, and I only paid like, yeah, I think I didn't pay that much for it, but when it was on offer, because I wanted to try and get it from my iPad, but unfortunately the iPad version that only supports the iPad version only supports the annual payment. You know, the monthly payment type thing. It doesn't actually let you have the one-time purchase one. So like I've still got like a fully activate. I can activate it at any time as long as I have a MacBook or something. Clip Studio Pro, because I bought it but I couldn't use it. Which was on me. I really should have looked into it more, but I thought that the iPad kind of the same as the MacBook, so it might work, but no, I didn't. I was thinking of I think yeah, because my my Clip Studio was previously the Manga Pro that I had for a birthday present. I don't know why, but on Amazon, like it was £20, something like that. It was the Manga Pro. I bought that, but I forget it. My sister gave me it as a gift, and then I was using that for a while, and then when Clip Studio, I don't know, came out or something, I don't know. They stopped because Manga Pro was kind of Clip Studio, I think it was. Or something happened, and you were able to really upgrade. So I technically got it for free, but I technically paid for it as well because I got the paid version still. But yeah, if you had the Manga Studio, you could at the time you were able to update the extra software, which is nice. We'll grab some food there, innit? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I have a half hour. I'll grab some food. I got like you have like a dead skin in your mouth? You know, part of your, like the top part of your mouth, not mouth, but the, what's it called? What am I thinking of? The, yeah, inside your mouth, the top part. Where the skin part is, like a bit of it, like a thin layer of it, it's just come loose. Is it in my mouth there? I'm trying to use my tongue to rip it off, but I'm not having much luck. So it's 4, so yeah. I think it's like 800 for today. If you do 400 resets. Oh, 2 hours that is. Total stream. Yeah, I could go for longer, it's just too draining for today. Too draining. Yeah, I was in the gym and I was working out, and there was a guy like right next to me. We were on the oh, what's it called? What's it called now? The I'm trying to think what it's called. Not the ropes, but it's like the cables. That's what I'm on a cable machine. I was on one, he was on the other. There's an older guy now. I mean, at that time we were both doing the same exercise basically. And he went, hey, you. I was like, you're talking to me? Like, you know, I had my headphones on, I wasn't looking at him. Headphones on, zoned out, working out. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah? He's like, have you tried doing it this way? And basically, he flipped his hand, like, you know, I was holding it one way, and he's like, oh, try the other way. I was like, oh no, I'll try it. But I was like, oh yeah, okay. Like, why would you, you know, just random, like, you know. I know, I've seen him in the gym, like, every now and again. We never talked, never, like, spoken, nothing like that. He just one day, today, he was like, oh, why don't you try this way? I was like, oh, okay. So, like, you know, when I'm in the gym, I don't really socialise, but that way. I'm not somebody who likes talking to random strangers. And, yeah, normally it's like, I got my headphones in, just working out. Zoned out type thing, just doing what I do, and then I go out, but he's like, oh, try it this way. I was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah, that worked. Thanks. The truth is, it was no difference to the way I was doing it before. There's the how hand placements are the exact same. I said instead of holding it up, instead of holding it down, you hold it up. Because the rope. But as for like the burn factor, it didn't really change much. Become a shiny for me. It is pollen. 30p. Is it right now? I'm not sweating too badly. It's just like the sun's sort of been covering out with the clouds for the time being, so it's not as hot. Plus, I got a window open, but I got my curtains closed, so the sunlight. I'm like a vampire. Dark room. You can't blame me. When you have the sunlight and it's beaming through the window, it's just too hot. So, you know, it gets amplified by the windows, isn't it? I know I'm going on by heat all the time, but it's kind of just one of them things. When it's hot for me, it's hot for me. I'm like, oh, it's just too hot. There's some people are like, this is perfect weather, and they love it. Me, not so much. Okay, I do get a bit more irritated and things like that, annoyed when it gets hot like this. And I get more tired, like training wise. I was in bed by like 1 this morning because It's just so hot. It put me to sleep. I wasn't planning to sleep, it was so hot, I couldn't be bothered to do anything. Like, not even watch TV, I just couldn't be bothered to do that, so... I was like, oh, I'll try and get to sleep. And it worked, I went to bed. Oh, what-ish. It's just gonna be early for me, man. No, I was up early then today. But I say early, about 10:30. That's early for me. Like, I'm not sure, you meant to, like... I don't do much of these hunts. Like, do you save after every hunt? Like, every session, or do you just not bother saving? I think I'm gonna not bother just because I can get the, it keeps track of, like, my in-game hours, but, people told me to like, if I had, like, repelled and all that, then I would probably. I use repels to save them, of course. It seems like we're not actually doing anything, we may as well just... Baby, shine for me, shine for me. Like, even with, like Magikarp, I'm like not focusing at all. I'm just going through the motions, so there's a high chance I'm just gonna miss a shiny. If I don't like remember to look properly, because right now I'm just in the habit of encountering Pokemon and just running. Like that's what I think I'm in now. Like, counter Pokemon run. I'm not even looking if it's shiny or not. Yeah, I don't even know. In really, interesting, I don't even know what Raptor does. I'm hoping I like Sparkles, but I don't even know what Raptor shiny is. I know Raticate shiny is more of a, it's like a darker orange, is it? Like a more of an orangey colour. But for Rattata, I have no idea. Hopefully we won't know. So hopefully we get the Pidgey. Hopefully we get the Pidgey. Oh. You may as well go for the tackle. There you go. We'll go for the XP. Why not? Make sure to go for the extra shiny. Should we go then? Go then. $600. Okay. I think I missed something in the line, definitely. I'm terrible at remembering to press that button. That's why with my shinies and tracking and all that, I always say it's a rough estimation because there's always going to be a chance, there's always going to be time that I've missed one, I've overcounted one by accident. Yeah, for the rest of the day today, I'm probably going to be well, I'll do a couple of resets. I'll complete count design today, and I'll probably watch some cycling after I finish that. It's on now, but I'll just watch the last half hour of it, probably hour to half hour of it. It's about 5 o'clock, so. If I miss it, I'll just watch it on the catch up later. But yeah, I'll watch some cycling probably. I'll probably check to see if there's any new videos on YouTube that I found out. Any new videos? Any new dramas that have come out that I fancy watching? I'll do that. And then I'll probably go back to what CAD modeling then. Yeah, I'll also go back to CAD modeling. Because I gotta do that. I've still gotta finish that enclosure that I started last night. Because I think I gotta make some changes to that. Yeah. That's what I'm working on now. I'm gonna make an enclosure for my audio file, and I might make something else. We'll see. I'm also looking for some cheap pegboards online to do on the back of my wall. But yeah, I know that IKEA's got them, but the IKEA ones are too small. I need some pretty big ones. Plus, I've got an IKEA like close to me, so the closest IKEA is about an hour's drive. Maybe an hour and a half, depending. So I'm looking at it, I'm just trying to find some nice pegboards, probably preferably metal, like black metal, like black sugar coated, powder coated metal. What I plan on doing is having like have them like behind me right now. I've just got a massive like blank wall, and I got some pictures like of art from artists that I follow, things like that I bought off them from conventions, things like that. So before I used to just blue tack them on the wall, but since I have kind of just redid my room and painted all the walls fresh, I kind of want to have blue tack all over the walls, or like double-sided tape. So I got some picture frames, and what I'm planning on doing is basically covering my back wall in pegboard, like the top half of it in pegboard, so that I can mount the picture frames on the pegboard. Plus, then I'll add more storage. I can put things on the pegboard as well. So behind me, then I have picture frames / extra storage for different things. Because I have 3D printed some, but I kind of don't want to waste good filament on just making a load of them. So, but I am looking for some nice pegboards. I know, like, I'm not gonna get a cork one or anything because I find the cork ones over time they just disintegrate. So hopefully that will be nice. That also should help with the echo in the room. because I'm gonna have some pegboards behind me then, some picture frames, there's dimensional there. Sound will just bounce off a blank wall. And then I'm also gonna put some just plastic storage boxes, with all my art supplies behind it, underneath then. Yeah, just buy some cheap ones from Argos. Like I do have some now, but they're old and they're all breaking and cracking, so I kind of want to buy some new ones. Yeah, only the cheap ones, you know, just plastic 4 legs and a plastic drawer. Nothing fancy. Like really, I'd love to I'd love to make my own, you know, woodworking, but one, I don't have any tools, and two, yeah, trying to even use my own money type thing, but trying to explain to my parents like what I'm doing. They just go in one year or the other, they won't understand. So that's the hard thing about living at home still. You want to make some changes to your room or build something, you kind of like got to explain to them why you're doing it, and then hopefully they understand and allow you to do it. Yeah, I think that's why I've never made my custom desk or anything, because well, just trying to get this one from IKEA that I had was a hassle. Only reason they allowed it, and the only reason they said yes, the end, it was like an IKEA one. It was like, you know, it was already built type thing. If I asked for a standing desk and for the price of standing desk, they'd gone, why do you want something like that? Can't you just get a normal desk? Like I said, I don't want a standing desk. Never wanted one. Not really interested in me. But like just saying something like that, like or a secret slab desk, something like that. Trying to buy something like that for the price they are. And trying to, you know, justify it to your parents. You're like, even if it's your money, they're like yours can be different. But to mine, they're like, you have to justify why you're buying it to them. And that's why I went for the IKEA one, because it was cheap. Well, I say cheap, but you know, what was like 75 not 75 for the 2 drawers, I'm pretty sure, something like that was. Or 75 and 50, I think it was the drawers. Like 50 for the top end. It wasn't like I completely got rid of my old desk. In my old desk, I needed to get like I needed to get a new one because it was bowing. I had it for a few years now, and it started bowing in the middle. So like all siding what was coming off it. So I thought, since I was getting a new room, I was like, I'm gonna buy a new desk and everything as well. But I did keep some of I cut my desk. I basically cut my desk into 3. I had one half that I kept the drawers. I'm using, like, you know, they were perfectly fine drawers. Needed to be a bit touched up a bit, and you know, needed to re-screw everything in because all the screws come loose over time. And like the drawers, some of the drawers I had to you know, spray the drawers because they got a bit tight. They wouldn't open and close properly. But now they work okay. So I kept the drawers, and then I think of it's like the other side of the desk where the other leg was kind of like a think of like a shelf with 3 stages on it, like 3 openings. So I'm basically using that now just as a normal shelf, which I'm storing all my 3D printing things on it. And then I just basically got the scrap bit of centre bit of the table in. That's just some scrap wood that I'm going to use it for something. So yeah, I kept all the pieces of my desk. It's just they're being used not as a desk now, but as different. The menus is something different. So we'll get to this is the last one now, and then I'll go for some food and be back in. No shiny, run away. Okay. So I'll be about 10-15 minutes, but Yeah, going back. I forgot to press stop my recording, but oh well. Oh well. There we go. Got some chicken and rice, and myself a nice coffee as well. So I'm ready now to lock in and try and get this shiny Pidgey. Yeah, normally when I press, like, you know, I'm going to be about gone for a couple of minutes. I normally press stop the recording. But I kind of forgot this time. I may render it out so it's not, oh no, I most likely won't. It's fine, I was only going for like 10 minutes. It's fine. And I actually put on my old, the wrong stream overlay as well. That was my Emerald playthrough. Not original hardware, let's put that way. Oh, pretty boiling it, man. No, really, it was like, you know, it was hot, but it was actually it was cool, like a cool type hotness. But now it's kind of picked back up again. I'm starting to feel sweating. Starting to feel sweat. Yeah, so I need microwave meat. I had rice and some chicken, some peas. I think there's like a little bit of bacon in it. I'm not too sure. It's one of the ones from the shop type thing. So they call it special fried rice. So whatever that is, some egg, of course. I think 6 minutes in the microwave. Bish bash bosh with them. Right, there's a nice cold Lucozade as well. A nice cold Lucozade. Unfortunately, it's the orange. You know, it's the orange one, which is nice, but not hero. I like for Lucozade, I like the original red one first. Like the original, just the red with the red package one. That's my favourite probably. The next one is probably the cherry one. I enjoyed that when I drink out the cherry. And then it'd be orange. I don't know if I've drunk any other flavours of the Lucozade, not too sure. Actually, more recently I had the cherry one, I really enjoyed it, so that's what it's at. But probably my favourite drink ever. What I love, one of my favourite drinks is I hardly ever drink it. I hardly even get it, but when I do get it, it's always like it always magically fits my top 5 drinks. Is the red Fanta. I don't know what flavour it is, but it's the Fanta in the red-ish colour. That is like my drink of choice if I can get it anyway. I don't like I said, I don't even know what flavour it is. I just remember it's Fanta and it's again a red colour, so I pick it up. But I haven't had that for ages, to be fair. Yeah, I haven't had that. Oh, just think about it now. Yeah, that's been a while since I've had that one. You know, as a young guy, I used to always drink Coke. Coke and Pepsi. That was what I used to drink. And then I started. Then I kind of. Yeah, it's basically I was drinking Coke and Pepsi basically non-stop, especially when I was younger. And then I kind of switched in. I mostly drink water now. Mostly drink water. But don't worry, I do have like a nice sometimes, like, especially when it's hot weather like this, it is nice something that's cold, refreshing, fizzy drink. So I do have a Pepsi or Coke, and I do. Or a Dr. Pepper. It's with everything in the house, which is nice. Sometimes especially when it's hot weather, you fancy something with a bit of a. You fancy just fancy something with a bit of fizz to it. You want like a soda pop. Something fizzy. That's what I wanted. Something fizzy, not soda, not American. Yeah, something fizzy you want sometimes. But I can't drink like lemonade like that. I don't know why I like fizzy lemonade. It always gives me headaches every time I drink it. I don't know why that is. It's just. It's not all. I don't say it's all of them, like all the types, but there's certain lemonades, especially those mum used to get when she was like when I was younger. It always used to give me headaches. I think if I have to drink them, I'll drink them, but I'll just be prepared to have a headache later. Because it's not like if I have just lemon water, that's totally different. Lemon water I can drink fine, no headaches. Just some of the fizzy ones, for some reason, they trigger something in my head. Yeah, I don't know if that happens to anybody else, but happens to me. But I am weird like that, so. I am a bit weird like that. Okay. Yeah. But it would top drinks probably, coffee. And a nice cider probably. Then probably some fizzy. But it has to be a nice cold cider. Nice cold cider. Instead of my beer, it's just I'm more of the fruity cider type of person. I don't know, sometimes it's nice to have like nice beer or something, but it depends what you pair it with. Like some foods is go nice together. Like having a Sunday dinner or Sunday roast, whatever you want to call it, and then having a nice beer with it. That does go nicely, I find. But then, like instead of having a curry or something, like a nice cider, then I do. Nice fruity cider. Never tried whiskey. I tried a Jack Daniels and Coke once. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. Oh, it's like licorice shot, isn't it? Jack Daniels, yeah, no. Guinness is okay. It's just I gotta be in the mood for it. I gotta have. Yeah, it's one of them ones like I gotta be in the mood for Guinness. I gotta feel. I gotta be like, yeah, I want the Guinness. I can't. As long as I want to drink. Oh, but I was thinking about Fanta now, the red Fanta. Oh, redo one of them. I do find though, like a lot of fizzy drinks now, they're I don't know if it's changed or it's just like it's changed as I grown up, but like the fizz, they kind of go flat faster. I find like drinks don't last. Like the fizziness doesn't last as long as it used to. I could be totally wrong, but that's what it feels like to me most of the time. Like if I open a fizzy drink, I gotta drink it within a day or two, otherwise, you know, if I don't, it just becomes flat, and it's not very nice when it's flat, I find. But when I was younger, you know, when you opened like a bottle, it lasted a few days, the fizziness. But now it kind of just. If you open it up first, that's when it's like max fizz when you've just opened it, and then you know you get a kick every now and again. It's just if you leave it for like a day or two, it just the fizziness just goes from it. And you know, you just drink it flat, whatever it is, and it's not very nice. I know some people who like the flat drinks, but yeah, because without the like fizziness, it gives it a different taste. I find the taste is actually different in it. Without the fizz, without the fizz. I know you can buy them like CO2. Are they CO2? But like they literally they fizz your drinks for you, but they're expensive, and it's pointless just buying one. Like you know, not just for whenever I drink every now and again. You know, them ones that I think they like CO2 or something, or they have like a gas something in them that creates a fizz for you. I think they're called like soda machines, aren't they, or something like that. I don't know. But needing to have like an extra machine just to keep the fizz is not, you know, not the ideal solution. But I think it might have actually just changed because it's ever that they've changed and my taste has changed because like Coke, especially when I was younger, that definitely did have a different taste to it. Like Coca-Cola, I'm 100% certain that had a different taste to it than it does now. I find, for me, like Coke that I've been drinking now, like from the cans, has been like it tastes not flat, but it doesn't taste like all I taste is fizzy. Like all I get the taste is the fizz. I don't actually get the taste of Coke anymore. I don't know if it's my taste buds have changed or the formula's changed. So you know, when I was younger, I used to down Coke like a bottle a day, easy. Now I have a can. I'm like, yeah, you know. So I do prefer Pepsi now. Because it's Pepsi, I find has a little taste to it. But that's just the original. Like I haven't, you know, I hardly drink sodas, like, you know, pops anymore. So I actually drink water, but when I do get them, type of thing. The same way when there's like hot like this, I have been drinking like a lot more. I've had about 3 or 4 cans a day this week, and yeah, I do need to cut down though. You know, I should drink water. I should really drink water instead. It's just, you know, I'm drinking more water than normal, of course. You know, drinking for, like, but I said just having that little kick when you drink is a bit more refreshing sometimes. Yeah, I should really, you know, just substitute for water again. Because when it's like a, you know, it's like when I'm guilty pleasure. Sometimes, like, you know, sometimes you just have a nice cold pop, and you're like, oh yeah, that's nice. But I gotta be careful because if I start drinking it all the time, then I'll get into a habit of drinking it, and then yeah, I don't want to get into that habit again. I was drinking pops and things all the time. The reason I stopped is because of I was drinking way too much, and you know, my weight is not the easiest to control, so trying to cut down on things that could, you know, give me a thing. I was like, yeah, pop's definitely one of them. Yeah, I say I just started drinking water, and then every now and again now I'll drink like, I'll have like a Lucozade when I go to the gym, just because when I'm working out, you know, or I get if I've got it in the house, I have a sneak, you know, one of them energy powder drinks. I drink Snake if I have them in the house. I haven't had any for a while though, so I'm drinking Lucozade for a minute. When you're in the gym, it's kind of nice just to have not just plain water, but having it with a bit of flavour to it. I find it gives me, it gives me more motivation, if you know what I mean. Because like, if it's, you know, when you're in the gym, you drink. For me, anyway, personally, if I'm in the gym and I'm drinking water, it's like, oh, great, it's water, I'll just drink it. But then you have something with a bit of flavour to it, and you drink it, like, gives you a bit of a pickup. That's what works for me, anyway. Yeah, I should really buy another thing of Sneak. I'm pretty sure they're healthy. Like, not healthy, but they're not as bad as like a energy drink, something like that. It was nice. So when I was in hospital last year, I went down to one of the shops and they had Sneak in a can. I was like, okay, you know, 'cause you can't here. I don't know. They might do it in some shops, but mostly here, I can't find. You know, I go back online. I can't find any in real stores. It was like pretty funny to find it in the hospital. There's a can of Sneak. Expensive, but It was expensive, but I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. Yeah, because for the first like few days in the hospital, I couldn't walk because my foot was so swollen. It was in so much pain, I wasn't able to walk. But then, the last few days, I was alright then, so I was just walking around, anything to get out. So stuffy, just being in a room. Nothing as long as I go home, but is it you can stay here and stay on the antibiotics for another 2 maybe 3 days to have your foot go down a bit more, or we can send you home and you can have oral antibiotics. And I was like, no question. I was like, as soon as I'll go home. I was like, yeah, I'll go home. I think even though I was still in pain walking and like my foot was still swollen, but it wasn't as bad, but it was still swollen, and it was thing. But I was like, yeah, I'll go home. Because even when I went home, like for the next like 2 to 3 days, I was still in pain. Because of course, when you go home, they can't give you this. They give you a strong dosage of antibiotics and things like that, but painkillers. But it's nothing to the degree that you got in the hospital. So, but I was still like in pain walking around. That's why I was laying in bed most of the time. A lot of Ninja Warriors watching. There's the TV in general. I had like a poof type thing. I go, well, one of the things you normally put your feet up on. I took them downstairs. I basically was I put it on my bed so that I could lay in bed, and my foot was up on the cushion, like high up on the cushion. Because if you just put a pillow into it, it doesn't elevate it too high. So I was like, yeah, but I'll put one of them there. Let's put it, my leg was higher than my head when I was laying down, so. Yeah, it was a lot of Ninja Warrior running and Taskmaster that I got back into. I was like, yeah, I was watching Taskmaster. I'll probably go for 1,000 today. We get to 1,000. No, we'll not do 1,000 encounters, but we'll get up to 1,000 encounters. Because they are pretty fast. Yeah, that was last year. I was running my foot. But I don't remember. I think it was. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it was after. Yeah, I think it was after I did that. My foot in. Or could it be? Yeah, I think it was afterwards. I was well, when my stuff was in my parents' like I had my stuff was all over the house when we do my room, and some stuff were in my parents' room, and I was looking for it, and I'd be standing on the bed, and when I kind of walked off, but I was about to walk off, I slid off the bed, and I twisted my ankle. Oh my god! I was so scared that I broke it because I couldn't put any weight on it, nothing like that. As soon as it happened, I basically hobbled to my bed. I had that poof. Yeah, it must have been afterwards because I still had the poof type thing. It might have been, I can't remember that was before or after. But I had that, and I basically had like my foot was up in the air, and I basically stayed like that for 2 days, hoping that swelling and everything would go down. That was my other leg, and that was my other foot. But like I slipped off the thing, and I twisted my knee and ankle. But I was like, please don't say I've gone and broke my ankle now. Because I landed funny on it, so I was like, oh please don't, like, knock on wood, please. I was so scared. I was like, oh, I don't want to go to A&E. I don't want to be on a cast now. Thank God it was just a sprain, a bad sprain, but it was, a sprain. Yeah, no, it was. Yeah, no, it was after. It was after my operation. Not my operation. It was after my other leg. Because I remember I took a few weeks off from the gym, and then I also waited until after Christmas until I started doing leg exercises again. I took like about a couple of months off doing anything with my leg to try and heal it. I was going to the gym, but I wasn't doing any leg exercises, so I wouldn't agitate it. Oh, that's not about I think sometimes I have really bad cramps in my legs, especially the calves, or in like the bottom of my feet. Like sometimes I'm just laying in bed, and for some reason my leg just starts cramping. I gotta like stand up and put pressure on it as fast as possible. Like if I don't move, if I try and lay in bed, it just cramps and cramps and cramps, and it gets tighter and tightens. And normally it happens on one leg at a time, just like that. But it was just one time. I was to get into my room. See, you gotta go down 2 steps. You go down 2 steps, and then you get into my actual room. Well, I didn't have any. I can't remember. I can't remember if I had cramp and I was walking it off, or if I was just walking out to the bathroom, and basically a cramp just came on me when I was having on both my legs. And so I was like up to the second step, and then I kind of just fell back and just fell into my room, and I had both cramps in my leg. I couldn't move, and it was tightening up. I was like, late at night, like, help, help, help. Is anybody there? Help. I wasn't screaming, but I was like, shouting pretty loud, hoping somebody was here. My dad finally heard me and he come out. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, I got cramp in both my legs. I fell from there. I fell from the top step, and now I can't move or get up. And my legs are cramping non-stop. And it kept on getting tighter and tighter. So there's my dad there, and he was he was massaging my leg. He was like massaging the cramp then. I was doing one leg, he was doing the other, trying to massage it and trying to get it back to normal. But I had one head of a bruise afterwards. Not from the fall or anything, from the actual cramp. Like the cramp bruised my calves. Like both my legs were bruised like really badly. I never had that before. I haven't had it since. Knock on wood. But yeah, really bad cramp that was. Yeah, as you can tell, I have a lot of leg problems. Cramping. I got a full hip. And fake hip, cramping, and all good stuff. Pidgey, why don't you stay with me? Pidgey, Why don't you shine for me, Pidgey? Are you a man or mouse? You're not a rat-a-tat, and I'm happy about that. Oh, that's a nice coffee. Even though it's warm, even though it is hot up there, so it is nice sometimes to regulate your. The coffee it does regulate your temperature a little bit, I find. Oh. Yeah, but this year I've had no injuries. Knock on wood. So far. Yeah. Oh. I do like the fact that you can just mute this mic when just by pressing the top of it. Instead of me like having to move a mouse all the way over to the audio settings. Give out a quick mute, like, you know. I'm drinking my bit of coffee, quick mute. But I'll go check and make sure I press it so it actually turns back on. Because that before I'd be talking and I'm like, oops, it must be does. Even though it's like, it does tell you, you know, it is white now when it's talking and it's red when it's muted, but even then it's just easy to forget. Especially if you're not paying attention. But yeah. We will go up to 1,000 encounters today. Because why not? Encounters. Because also, yeah, we got time. We have time. We have plenty of time. That said, with a magic card, we need a few encounters a day because of like 200 encounters a day because of how long it actually took to reset every time. But with these, especially now we can run, the encounters are, you know, we get in what 3-4 encounters a minute, maybe a bit more. So no, I remember didn't press all that. But most likely for the streams, I'll probably. I think what I'll end up doing is playing. We'll stream. We'll be streaming. We'll get Pidgey now. We'll stream until we get Pidgey, and then I'll probably move on to playing. Now, much like once I've done Pidgey, I'll just record offline the gameplay and everything, and then I'll stream again when we're doing some more shiny encounters. But then we'll switch to like probably ZA or something. So I've still got to do a playthrough ZA, and I've got to do DLC for that. So actually, I haven't played the DLC for ZA yet. haven't played it for ZA. I do need to get around to it. I don't know, it's just for some reason DLC is not where it hasn't. I know nothing about it, but I don't know what it is. It's just for some reason the DLC doesn't appeal to me. Like I said, I know a little bit about it, but it's not. I don't know what it is. It's just it's not one of the things that I can't. It's not like I can't wait to play this. I can't wait to play. I'm like I don't mind holding off for a bit. I don't know what it is. It's just it's weird. I thought I didn't like ZA. I did enjoy playing it. You know, there are some things I didn't like about it, of course, but yeah, that's every game, isn't it? In every game, there's going to be things you like and don't like about it. Well, I think what I basically put it down to was Legends Arceus. That's Legends ZA catching. That's all about catching Pokemons, and then Legends ZA is about battling Pokemon, like battling. That's what I found. The premise, like, you know, the premise of both games is the Legends Arceus. You around, you catch all these Pokemons, but there's a few fights. But in Legends ZA, it's more about the fighting and the battling, and then catching Pokemon is kind of secondary to it. In truth, I prefer the Legends Arceus route more than the ZA route. Like, you know, having multiple areas you can go to, having ride Pokemons, things like that. I did enjoy more. Than rather than being in one city type thing. You know, it doesn't feel small, but it doesn't feel world expansion either. So yeah, I do prefer Legends ZA that way, like a Legend Arceus that way. They catch Pokemons. You know, the ideal game is basically merging them both together, like the catch mechanics and the things from Legend Arceus, and then having the battles and everything from ZA. That would be, yeah, a good game. Because the battling, I do like the battling in ZA. It is better than Arceus, I find. But it is one of them things. Like if they mix put them both together, that'd be one game, one good game. But like I said, one thing I don't like about the ZA is the catching. You get basically. You can get more than 2 attempts, but you really only get 2 attempts to catch Pokemon. Like once you fail twice, then it's kind of over. So yeah, you always have to save, especially a shiny. You gotta save before it, and then you know it's not when you're not. I'm saying that now, but it's because I typically only use Pokeballs. No reason to it. I just like the Pokeballs better. I like Pokeballs, I like Ultra Balls, and some of the special Pokeballs. I do prefer them. But then special ones I keep for the shinies, of course, and then Ultra Balls every now and again. But I mostly catch Pokeballs. Like it's more the what's that? Authentics? Not authentics. The can't remember the word. I can't remember the word for it. Like when you in the box, you see every Pokeball. I get every Pokemon, and it has all the same Pokeball. That is athletics. Is it? Oh, I can't remember. But like that. I don't really like seeing it when there's all different Pokeballs. Not like it, but it looks cleaner, I find, when they're all in the same Pokeballs. But yeah, I'm not much of a Premier Ball person. Don't like Pokeballs and Premier Balls. Never really have. Yeah. No, that's like a new thing that's happened. Like before, especially when I was younger, I was kind of just chuck any Pokeball, and just to catch it, you know. I want this Pokemon, I need to catch it, so I just chuck any Pokeball at it. Whatever's the best catch rate, I'll use. So mostly Ultra Balls or Dusk Balls if they were in, you know, the mountains, stuff like that. But now it's kind of like, I kind of like it when they're all use Pokeballs. That's kind of the reason why, well, especially when we go for legendaries, so we will be going for them with Pokeballs. So I kind of want to make a full team of capturing Pokemons so that we have the best chance in capturing them. We have the best chance in catching them. Ooh. Yeah, so like I was saying, like in ZA, so when you catch a Pokemon, like when you get 2 chances, kind of. Like you can get a few more chances if you don't fight or anything, but I kind of like the Arceus more for catching, but I said like the ZA then for battling. Hopefully, you know, hopefully they do mix the two when the next game is out. You know, Legends Arceus and Legends ZA has done well, especially with the shiny charm, shiny sparkles. You know, them 2 games have done extremely well, I find, because they're not for like, you know, non-main, because they're not really main Pokemon games today. They're like side games really. So oh, are they main Pokemon? They're not. They're not really main Pokemon games today. They are the side games. You know, like Scarlet and Violet, that is like the main game. So oh, but I was on YouTube yesterday, and I was scrolling down. Do you only have the like in like the middle? It has like all the, like little different shorts, and there was one all Pokemon from Wind and Waves released like as of now, and I was like, yep, skipping that. We're not even gonna bother with that. And I was like, yeah, no. Just thank God they didn't show like all the Pokemon like on that screen. I just showed one of them, and it's like it kind of looked fake anyway. So like, hopefully, the whole video is fake. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't want to know. I want it to be a surprise, so I can enjoy it when it comes out. That's the main thing. Like, if you know everything about the game before it comes out, then where's the enjoyment when you actually play it? Where's the actual enjoyment? But yeah, Wind and Waves coming out next year, isn't it? Or it's not end of this year, it's next year's coming out. I didn't even check, I don't even know. And it's like, at the end of this year or next year, I think it's going to know. I think that's why we had Legends EA this year, last year type thing, because they needed like another year to have the game done. If you don't mind, if they have to, if they have to have more time to thing the game, because in reality, everybody knows Scarlet and Violet should have gone to the Switch 2, not the actual Switch. Yeah, it looks okay, but everybody knows really that Scarlet and Violet should have really been released on Switch 2. So it looks it looks good, fine for the Switch. It does work fine. It's just some parts of the game can be a bit clunky and not the best optimized today in certain areas. Yeah, I can't remember why they didn't, but I can hear from somewhere, but they said why they released on the Switch one, but good job. They I'm glad. Not good job, but well done that they released the patch so you can play Switch 1 on Switch 2. Because if they forced you to buy it, just imagine that you have to buy another copy of the games for Switch 2. That would be no. Like, to be fair, I'm surprised they didn't. It's a highlight. If I'll say this now, if Scarlet and Violet did really good sales wise, it did like had some of the best sales ever. I reckon that Nintendo would have gone, well, if you bought it once, you don't mind buying it twice, would you? And we're released another copy for the Switch 2. I think the reason they didn't do that because they knew they wouldn't. The reason they didn't do that because they knew they wouldn't make the money back from. They wouldn't make as much money, would they? Because still, with Scarlet and Violet, it's free. It's a free update, and but most games you have to pay £10-20 for it, for the ability to play on the Switch 2. That was like Legend of Zelda and things like that, wasn't it? You actually have to pay from the updated for a Switch 2 port. For a Switch 2 port. Oh. Is it these encounters just flying through? Me just talking for a little bit and then already on like 866. Like what? But I'm still, like I said, I keep on zoning out. I keep on like not. Well, I was on autopilot, just encounter Pokemon run away. I don't pay much attention to what they actually are. There we go. Don't need you. Okay. Pidgey, why don't you say to me, Pidgey, why don't you be with me, Pidgey, shine for me. First thing, there's a lot I gotta do back on Sword and Shield. I'm done. I've still got to like my person. I gotta make. I want to. Not I got to. But I want to do a playthrough of Sword and Shield, start to finish. I did start doing it, but the weather got really hot, and I kind of couldn't bother to do it anymore. I couldn't. So yeah. It's actually started that when I first got Sword and Shield. I was like, God, I was doing my first playthrough, but it didn't go. It didn't happen. I kind of just played through it offline and enjoyed it. Yeah, I guess I'll do. I can record a full playthrough of Sword and Shield, what I want to do, like I said. Catch your Pokemon and get the shiny charm, which I don't think I can for a minute because I can't get the version exclusives. Plus, I can't get the paid evolutions. But yeah, so yeah, Sword and Shield, I'm gonna do that, and I gotta do the DLC and the Terry battles, not Terry battles, the Dynamax Adventures. I've done a few of them. I've got some legendaries, but yeah, I gotta do them again. I gotta do them again. Because like my main copy, I kind of just like my personal copy. I have like 3 copies. I basically have 3. I have like my personal one, which I just use to play through the game my own pace and do whatever. No streaming it, no recording it. Just what I use in my free time. Then I have the copy that I record, I stream with, and you know, sometimes my personal one, but most of the time I have an account just for that. To do everything on that one account, and then I have my foreign account, which I always play the game through in a different language, mostly Japanese. I did that for Sword and Shield basically because of I was trying to get the 5 or 6 IV Dittos foreign, but I did do that for a couple. But then, you know, I'm not my Japanese, even my English is not good. So thinking about Japanese, that's even worse. So that's just me fumbling through, basically playing the game, not really paying attention to what the actual says, just randomly clicking buttons. But yeah, because of Scarlet and Violet, and they had the Scarlet and Violet had the DLC, not DLC, the Terraid for the Dittos. I basically farmed a load of Dittos that way. Foreign Dittos. So I got a few foreign Dittos now I can use. Even though I don't do much egg hatching and things like that, it's always nice to have them. So I also have them. I've recently done that my DS again because I accidentally trade. I didn't realise that Pokemons from older games, once they're transferred to Ultra Sun and Moon, they can't be transferred back. Like my Pokemon, once you put Pokemon into the Ultra Sun and Moon, they can't go back into X and Y. I didn't realise that, so I accidentally transferred some Dittos, like some 4 Dittos over. They were just moving things around, and yeah, I accidentally put Dittos in there. So I played through X again on Japanese, of course, again, and I basically went through and just caught a load of, because it's basically the end of the game, you get Dittos. So I've been catching a load of Dittos again. So this time I keep in X and Y. So I'm gonna do air capture and I got them already. I think it doesn't really matter because I gotta do X and Y a few more times to get the EV. Because I gotta get the trade EV a couple more times for my live index. in home. Which is hard. It was hard to find information about the Eevee, but I think I've got it worked out now. It's basically you have all the hotels on the map. There's about 6 of them, I think, maybe 10, something like that. There's a few hotels on the map, and each day a lady will be in one of the hotels, and she will basically talk to you. And I think you got to do it 3 times in a row. But like if you miss a day, I'm pretty sure you have to redo it. As I said, I've worked out somewhat, not all of it, but yeah, we should talk to her so many times a week. But I don't know if it works. I don't know if it's like what I've tested of it. It has worked every time, so I think it's the way it works. But it could be wrong. I could have just been extremely lucky. But she always is in the next hotel. Like it's a path basically. There's one hotel, and then there's the next one, next town, next town, next town, and she always follows that path in a circle, like clockwise. So as long as you progress the story enough, I can manage to get at least to the rock gym. The rock gyms you can get to that little town where the I can't remember what the town's called, where the magma underground hideout is at the end of the game. As long as you get to that town, there's enough hotels there to do it. As long as she's in the first hotel. Basically, you do the first hotel, you talk to her, and then she moves away then. Then the next day then, she's in the hotel in the next town, you talk to her then. And then you just keep on following that track. There's about 4 hotels in that area, so she should be there every time. You never have to play for the full. Basically, you never have to play for the full game every time. You can just play through, at least until you get to the rock gym, and then do the EV basically. But that's from my minimal testing of it. Like I said, I could have just been very lucky every on all my attempts, and it actually does randomly go into a different hotel. But what I found, she does just goes in a clockwise, in the order clockwise of hotels. Yeah, because there's 4 hotels, but by the time just before the rock gym, like just before and after the rock gym. If you include the one where the Team Flare hideout is in the ground in that town, where it goes off, where the cannon goes off, basically that place. Not the one underground in Lumio City, the one in that little town area. Then you have the one then in the boat area, the harbour. There's a hotel there. I think there's another hotel somewhere, and then there's one just before right at the end of the game, and just before you do the last gym, there's a hotel in that city where you battle Professor Sycamore for the last time. And he's got to evolve Charizard, Bulbasaur, and Venusaur. So if any of you playing X and Y want that Eevee, that's an easy way to do it. My explanation is absolutely terrible, but basically all you're gonna do, simple terms, is as long as you see her in the first hotel, she moves to a clockwise hotel every day. So as long as you find the next hotel in her loop, then you can find her. But I was saying, see, she can be. I'm pretty sure she can be in any other. She can be in all hotels, see. So it all depends. Like if she's ready, she's gonna skip the days past until she finally turns up. You know, if you're a speedrunner and you don't mind, you know, just playing through the whole game, it's even better. You can get all of the legendaries, things like that. But for me, taking that takes me about 2 to 3 hours to get to that point. So I'm not a speedrunner. I told you before. I've tried speedrunning, but I am way too slow. That's not even me like building a team or anything else. I am using speedrun strats. It's just it takes me that long to get to that. You know, using what was it? Farfetch, and then changing into something else, then using Halucha. Yeah, it takes about 6 or 7 hours in-game time to complete that. I think the fastest I got is 5 hours in-game time, or 6 hours, something like that. You know, even though like I know I don't change my name to A, I do have my name as Hoops, and I don't change my starter name. I don't think time should add up that fast type thing. I think it's just the movement, really. I think that's what like the main thing is just the movement. I'm like not confident in the path and everything, so. Like once you're confident, you know the path in and out, so you can just fly through it. But I'm always like just trying to dodge trainers and do all that stuff. If you have any good recommendations for the not battle tower, but the oh, is that, you know, you battle for battle points? That place, the Chateau, is it the Chateau? I can't remember. Where you get the ribbons, basically. If you've got any good recommendations for Pokeballs for that, let me know, because I'm still trying to do that. Like right now I got a Kangaskhan and something else. Like Kangaskhan is, yeah, Parental Bond, Kangaskhan, Mega Evolve it. It does take out a lot of them. It's just the later on Kangaskhan, you know, it works well for the good half of it, but then you do need some other Pokemon then for the rest. I do have 3, but I do like a sort of Pokemon, but can't remember what they were now. I just remember it's Kangaskhan. I basically powered through with Kangaskhan most of it. Because Kangaskhan, Mega Evolve it to get the Parental Bond, which basically allows you to hit twice. So knock off at the start, and then fake out. So it says fake out, and then you should random move in, and it typically, by the time they would hit you, you already knocked them out. Yeah, if you got any good strategies like that, please let me know. They're kind of like, I call them no-brain strategies. It's just overpowered. Any overpowered ones like that? I know some people like the challenge, use stupid Pokeballs like Magikarp, things like that, but no, I just want to go for the win. go. There you go. Just over 50 left. Counters. Here we go. I said I did start today's stream thinking I wasn't going to be talking much. I was just going to be a silent stream. So much for that. That quickly, you know, didn't happen. I was literally going to go, hi guys, stream today, thanks for watching. I'll probably be talking much. And then I was basically going to mute my mic and just solo this for a couple of encounters. But then, just randomly started talking and then here we are. Like 2 hours in. Okay. Ugh. There we go. Yeah, I kind of want to stop now, but in 950. But no, we'll do that. We'll do the last 500. We'll do the last 50. Just my throat's getting a bit dry now, and the sun's come back out, so the sun's beaming again. I did cool off for a bit, but now it's back in full force. Good day for washing my bed in, but bad day for everything else. Yeah, that's what I gotta do tonight now. I gotta make my bed, like, I've basically, my bearings off, so I've just washed it. And it's drying in the sun now, but, literally, just thinking about how we have to make my bed now tonight in this heat. It's like, alright, like, oh damn. Cause I gotta move, basically I got a brand new mattress. And, I had my other one for years, like, you know, that was due, like all the springs were popping up. So I got like a memory foam slash, not memory foam, but it's awesome, you know, half and half type thing. Springs and a memory foam type cover. But it's firm, and they basically tell you every like month or so you have to flip the bed around. But there's not a lot of room in my room type thing, so it's always me there trying to flip the bed around on my own. Trying not to hit any lights or anything like that. Like, trying to hold the bed, hold the mattress, and then flip it around. I'm gonna do that tonight, so it's basically so you don't end up sleeping like it's basically so if you turn it around, if you don't turn it around, basically you start getting indentations after a good while, indentation of your body shape. But if you flip it around and you alternate what side of the bed you sleep on, it the bed lasts longer because it gives the bed time to readjust, basically, like the springs to flip back up. You don't use them as much, so technically the bed should last longer than normal, because you're not laying on the same springs for God knows how long. You're like switching it up. Like, I had no idea about that, so when I was buying the bed, they were like, yeah, if you flip the bed every now and again, like every month or so, it should help with the longevity of the bed, and it will stop it from forming to your sleep pattern. So, if you lay in a bed and, even if it springs, if you're laying on the same springs every night, and then springs are gradually gonna be worn out. So if you flip the bed over, it gives them springs time to, well, not heal, but less pressure on them. Because they're gonna be worn out anyway. It's just you're trying to get a bit more life out of the bed. Yeah, so basically honestly, I gotta flip my bed over, which is gonna be annoying, and then I gotta make my bed tonight. Ooh. So it should be a nice, fresh new sheets, no more blood on the bed. That's the thing. See, with my skin, I bleed a lot, and all it gets transferred over to my bed. So it's kind of like, it's always nice when I get fresh. I clean my bed like once a week, but once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending. And I flip it every month. But just trying not just being sleeping in the bed for the week or 2 weeks, they kind of blood stains build up, which is not nice. So when you finally get it washed and clean blankets, it's always nice just to lay in it and like, oh, no more blood stains today. Or no more dead skin everywhere. Lovely. Because that's what was like when my skin was at its worst. I had literally dead skin all over my bed because it was peeling off everything. And you could shake my, you flip my bed up, shake my bed, and all you could see was like dust or dead skin flying up in the air. It was not nice, and not nice at all. You itch, you scratch, then you open up cuts, and then it's just everything in general. Then do they have? I'm wondering, do they actually have? There's no shiny sparkles in this game, is there? Like, I'm saying, like, there's no like, are they? Like, do they actually? I know the sparkles pop up with the actual sound effect. Is there a sound effect for the shiny sparkles in this game? I have no idea. I have to go back. I have to go and listen, check. I'll look at my needle around and see if that did anything. Because I know the sparkles visually show up. I can't remember if there's actually like a little sound effect or not. And it's a sound effect or not. Or we could just get one right now and check. We could just do that, why not? Yeah, so with the Magic Cup we're doing like 200 resets a day. With these encounters we'll probably do 500 encounters a day. Just because how fast they are. Like that's basically how we go. We'll do 500 a day. If we can, we'll do more, but we'll say 500. That'll be our goal for the day. $500 for our goal. So we should reach odds and by the end of next week. Should reach odds, we'll see. It all depends on what happens, but by the end of next week, you should really get to one. Plus, like if I at the same time I do some offline hunting as well, which I may do. I typically like if I'm watching the cycling, watching the baseball, rugby, something like that when that's on. I may do some shiny hunts then. All the World Cup's starting soon, isn't it? So, is the World Cup? I'm not even sure. Well, the football should be starting soon anyway. When that's on, I might watch a few games of that, but it's not kind of young and I used to religiously watch football, but I do put a game on every now and again. Yeah, when I was younger, I was more into football, but kind of grew out of it as I got older. I would, like I said, I watch a game every now and again. But I don't really support anybody anymore. It's kind of just whoever's on. When I was younger, I used to watch, like, you know, the Swans and the Swans and Man U. They were by 2, and then Manchester United. But as when I was younger, don't really watch the game anymore. Ba-da-ba-ba. $996. $996. There you go, 2 more. Oop. Didn't even have to move. Didn't even have to move. Last one for today, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? A Rattata non-shiny, unfortunately. But why don't we knock you out for the last one for today? Knock you out. Okay. Level 7. Get it now. Okay, that's gonna do it for today, guys. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna save our game. 15 hours. Ooh. 1 badge, 14 Pokemon. Okay. Double save like always. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Like I say, thanks for watching, and next time I will see you. Bye.